Welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
I'm cpredmor on Ravelry, and I've been posting quite a bit this week on Instagram as Knitting in Our Jeans because that Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting Club has started up again. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but you get a skein ready for your Swift and you think you've got it all separated. You haven't taken off any of the ties. You put it on. It looks well set up. You cut the ties. You start winding it about maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. And all of a sudden it grinds to a halt because there's a tangle on there somehow. And I'm not quite sure how it happens. But I have
a skein of sport weight.
A skein of, I think, DK or worsted weight.
Oh, okay.
That just decided to jump all over the place. So I'm hand winding it so I can take this ball and then thread it through the knots before they actually become knots, because I've been working on what this goes into.
The Recoleta?
Yes, my Recoleta. And
so while you're working on that, you want me to talk about what I finished?
Well, go ahead.
This week?
And then I can get at what I finished.
Well, I hope you all can see what I finished this week because I'm wearing it.
It looks really good.
It's the Quadrat from Knitty a few years ago. This is a whip from 2016, so it is lovely to have it done. There are still a few ends to weave in, but I don't care because it fits.
It's lovely.
I did notice that I think my gauge definitely is different from beginning to end.
Well, it's what,
4 years. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting to see it actually when I was blocking it. But it's done. It's lovely. I've been wearing it most of the afternoon.
Yes, you have.
And
after she explained to her father that it was a sweater, we had it out on the blocking boards, and he's going, "What is that?
Is it a shawl?" Yes, Dad, it's a shawl that has 4, like, rectangular points and a hole in the middle.
Of course that's a shawl. But we love him. And then it was drying, so then after it finished drying, she sat there and she put it all together while he was working on the boat. I'm not quite sure what he did today after he worked very hard, because he says he's very tired.
Very hard.
But we do know that he replaced the desiccant, which is looks like salt crystals that you put in the various buckets, and then managed to dump one over. So he used his portable vacuum.
Oh, that's why the vacuum was so useful.
Critical. So I think it was an afternoon where he did things and then had to go back and do things. Oh. And I was kind of surprised he was gone all afternoon, although he does seem to do that when he's by himself. When he's with me, we last about 2 hours. And it's not really because of me, because I'm usually upstairs.
No, because you usually, he tackles the big things when you're there.
Right, and he gets tired.
Yeah.
Right. So he said the boatyard is open and available to owners only on Saturday and Sunday. Of course, yesterday it was snowing.
We had snow squalls.
On Long Island, we had snow a couple times.
Snow squalls.
It landed in the car and it melted, so it just looked like it had been raining, but it was definitely snow squalls. Yes. So she finished all of that.
And this week I also finished my Steotch Alone 2017.
Oh, another whip.
Another whip. So it says, "As for me and my house, we shall serve Cthulhu." And it's a really cute little Cthulhu.
Is that because you're going to eat the Cthulhu, or you're going to welcome them in?
We're going to welcome them in.
Got it. We serve Cthulhus.
Yes.
The
phrase is, "As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord," I think. But, of course, we couldn't have that. We have to have Cthulhu.
I would have said an S, Cthulhus, because otherwise it sounds
Cthulhu
like
is one that is plural and
singular.
And singular, I believe so.
Okay.
We shall serve Cthulhu. Well, Cthulhu is also an elder deity, so. I
understand that. I just thought there might be more than one of them, because otherwise it sounds like they're the main ditch.
Ditch?
Dish. I've had problems
We've
with
had
speaking
words
today.
issues today.
We were watching church. We watched the National Cathedral Church at 11:15. And one of the prayers, there were two words together, Blessed Sacrament. And I was calling it Blasted Sacrament. And I'm going,
and all I heard was, bird.
It's just been one of those days.
It was great because she and I couldn't stop laughing. And my father was very confused.
Very confused. It was one of those things where you had to be there.
Yes.
And then there was the ending song, which...
Oh, God, yeah.
Fairer Still.
Which all of a sudden you started sobbing.
Sobbing, because one of it is remembering those who have died, and my father died a year and a half ago, and all of a sudden my mind just went there, and I was sobbing.
Oh, my waistband doesn't match on them.
And then there's another line that says, how much more can you deal with this?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
How much more can you stand? It was like...
Okay.
So
Thanks for hitting us over the head with that. We appreciate it.
So it just went zingo and right to my tear ducts, and all of a sudden I was sobbing. And it was the recessional, so there was no recovery after that.
Yeah.
But it is I really do enjoy the services. I called my mom this morning. She wanted to know if our church had stopped having services. I'm thinking, yeah. And then there was the question of, did I ever think this would happen? And
I feel bad because I didn't talk to her.
Well, she's still up.
She's still
up till 11.
Right. So I've got an hour.
You've got an hour.
Well, yes, and you told her again how you have told her many a time you thought it was going to be.
I don't usually tell her. I think of it and then I don't beat her over the head with it. So I finally said, Mom, I thought they were going to take out our electrical grid and we would be without electricity. So this is almost a walk in the park. And she's chewing on that one for a while. Mm-hmm. The family wedding that I had decided we were not going to because of the virus has been postponed, apparently. I have not checked my email today. I figure it's Mother's Day. I don't need to check my email. I will check it either late tonight or early tomorrow to get through all the messages. But my mom is concerned because she already sent a card and a check, and now it's been postponed. I said, no, it means you're good. You're good. And actually, I thought about yesterday, ordering things off their list. Glad I didn't. Mm-hmm. We'll wait until it's re-upped. Let's see, my knee surgery got canceled. I'm not surprised. I mean, it is elective surgery, and you couldn't get a whole lot more elective. Since it's a knee surgery and they're going to send me home the same day because it's going to be a partial knee. This is where the guy was going to do it with his robot. And that's where I said, what's the name of your robot? Sean? No, it's Mako. Anyway, so they sent out a survey going, how's the pain? I said, pain's pretty nasty, but I'm going to wait. I'd rather wait until they had either a...
confirmed approved treatment.
A treatment for the COVID virus or a vaccine. Because you all know that I can get some kind of lung problem at the drop of a hat. How many times have I tried to talk through bronchitis?
Or pneumonia.
Or pneumonia. Always classic. And Elizabeth then has to come and do the podcast by herself. So anyway, I
have to come and make sure that you haven't thrown something at Father's head because he keeps yelling at you from the other room when you can't speak that loud.
Oh, no, he's a riot. I can't
Love
hear
him.
you.
Love him.
No kidding.
But, yeah.
Anyway, so we have been watching podcasts, and I am such a fan of Time Team.
You really are. You're going like gangbusters on it.
I'm learning so much. I mean, I honestly didn't know when the Bronze Age was and when the Iron Age was. And I didn't realize that the Bronze Age was before the Iron Age.
Yes.
And that what we're talking about really are the Celts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. Oh. Or if I did, it didn't make it a severe impression. I truly have a mess.
Yeah. I don't know if you're helping it any.
Yes. See, the ball's getting bigger.
Okay.
The ball is getting bigger.
So yes, but we have not been watching that this weekend. We have been watching a lot of Murdoch mysteries.
That was today.
Yes. And yesterday when I came over.
Well, I did watch some Time Team before you got here.
Right.
Yes.
But what I finished yesterday was my Winslow Culottes.
Yes.
They are lovely. They fit phenomenally well. Their pockets are wonderful. And so these are a wearable muslin for a pair of pants I want to make for one of my friend's weddings this fall. And so I think I might actually grade out the hips a little bit wider just to be a little bit more flowy, since I do
You're making out of chiffon.
A rayon crepe. Crepe de chine. Crepe de chine. And so that is what I think I will do. And I'm trying to decide between, or I might make both. Probably I'll make both. A wrap top and like a very traditional kind of wrap top, as well as a camisole. Because you never know what the weather's going to be like in the fall. Considering we've had 60, 70 degrees in the spring, and then snow squalls.
And then it was 65 today.
Yeah. And it was 70 earlier this week.
So you just never know. So probably making both sounds like a grand idea.
Yeah. So maybe that'll be my project for next weekend. I did buy the Ogden cami by True Bias to make a muslin of that this week at the apartment, hopefully. So I am taking home some of my my lighter weight kind of satin to do a wearable muslin, because I think that'd be really comfy. Also, just to wear around the apartment.
I think it would be.
Also, just to have, because you can always layer a camisole under a sweater or under a blazer or a cardigan.
And it looks lovely.
And it just would look lovely.
Yes.
And it's a light lavender. I didn't bring the fabric up here because I packed all of my stuff ready to head out once we're done recording. Yes.
You have given up on sewing. Then.
Well, yes, I have turned off my machine. I've unplugged it. So what Mom is talking about is this Numa tank by Paper Cut. It's a workout top, so it's got the little like spandex sports bra under this light jersey outer layer. And to finish it, I need straps, which I need to order, because I've realized that 1/2-inch elastic would not work very well.
Oh, all right.
I just don't think it would be as comfortable as if I got, like, bra strapping.
Well, we have the 1/2-inch elastic down
right,
don't we?
No.
Oh, you don't see it? I have more than 1/4-inch elastic, I think.
I also don't think I think the actual texture of a bra strap will be more comfortable than having
I think you're
the
right.
braided elastic.
Unless you put it in a channel.
And I don't think I'm going to be putting it in a channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I think I'm going to order that, and then I can get that done to wear it. Because I had been thinking I was going to use the some elastic to do it, but having worked with the elastic all day, I think...
not happy with it.
Yeah, I'm not super happy with it. I mean, it is what it is. I like it just fine in order to, like, make the curves hold their shape. But I do think for across my shoulders, I want something a bit softer, which is a little upsetting because I was hoping to wear this week. What?
So you couldn't make a strap out of this material?
I don't think so. I don't have that material here anyways.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought was happening.
Oh, no. That's why we were looking up the strapping.
I know you were looking it up. I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, it's for
I didn't know whether it would go in a channel of that stuff.
No. So I've been working on that. So my big thing this week was getting this top done.
Which is huge.
Which is absolutely, absolutely huge. And then I've gotten to this point, which is about row 12, I think, in the chart for the test knit that I'm doing.
It's so pretty.
I really love the colors. It's going to be kind of subtle, and I love that. So I'm working on this quite diligently so that I can get the yoke done by the end of the month. Took me a little bit to remember that. I'm also working on my Steotch Alone 2018.
Oh.
Which I had wanted to use Mom's computer to re-pattern out, but I think I can figure out, I think I'm going to do the top half as it's, almost as it states, and I can figure out the spacing of these two, because I want to center, I want to take out the, I want to say home is where Mary, Mel, and Sue are, and put a little, like, gingham, maybe put a little gingham pattern at the bottom.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, because the GBB, the doesn't work in my statement, and then it just didn't work. So Ben and I, the boyfriend and I,
talked about it.
Workshopped a few different endings to this. It says home is where the, and then you have a space to fill it in. And I had a few options. And I really liked a GBB. We agreed a Great British Bake Off themed one would be good. So I need to figure out how to make it all fit. But as you can see, I've only done the top anyways. So I'm going to end up taking out these two guys, and then I'm going to finish the top border, right home, and see how far that takes me. Because I need either smaller, because I've been using my engineering paper, which is quite large comparative to the actual pattern. So I need smaller graph paper, or
look over there. It's on the bottom shelf.
Okay. Or a
That's
computer.
where all my graph paper is.
Okay, so I'll take a look before I head home for the graph paper. And then I also printed out, we had, I don't know if I can really, I didn't print out the first page. But if you're into cross-stitching or rediscovering cross-stitching or want to get into cross-stitching, the Steotch Alone is a Steotch Alone this year. And it has started as of yesterday, so the first pattern has been released.
Oh, what is it?
It's home is crud. It's something about house, and it's very funny. Let me see if I can find it. It is... Let's see if I can find it in announcements. It is...
Loading.
It is loading. And it says something about house because it's based on House, the show. It's his face. It's Hugh Laurie's face.
Oh, well, I remember you showed me that. I didn't need Hugh Laurie's face.
Yeah, you don't need Hugh Laurie's face, which is fine. So I might actually start that this week, just to keep up with it actually this year.
That's an idea.
Yeah, but I think it'd be cute at least to make it, because it's smaller than, or it feels more of the size of the years that I have almost completed or like actually started. So that feels... Rather
than the Lady Scientist that you did.
No, I mean, I have that in my, like, nearby to work on too, so I can work on that. You mean the Famous Ladies of History? That one?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I have that one. I have it in my cross-stitch bag of whips to pull out when I get a few more of these smaller ones done, just to... I'm sorry, did you all just see my mother throw her ball of yarn at me? Because that's what just happened here.
I didn't throw it. It jumped.
It jumped? Oh, I see.
Jumped. I did not throw a ball of yarn.
Okay. What do you...
Oh, I see. It's got yarn on it. We have a needle. We are finding, this is why you get whips done.
Yeah.
So you can find all your needles. I did find how much I like Chow Goose again, because that cord is
lovely, isn't it?
Yes, it really is. Yeah. Not that I want the ones back that you took, because I already have a set of
that.
those. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The ball's getting bigger.
It is, I see.
some strides on this. And I can put this on the chair handle so I can talk about what I did this week. Okay, so I have made a couple washcloths and a couple blanket squares. I finished this blanket square, but I have not blocked it. I am going to wait until I have the other ones done around it, so I block it to the proper size. But I really like it.
It's nice.
That I think a whole blanket of these of different colors would be nice.
Yeah.
So I finished that, and here's a pink eyelet that I started and finished, and this is blocked to the 12-inch size. So that's the size that this will probably end up being blocked. And you can see it's not that much to block it out. So it's those two. Mm-hmm. This is a washcloth. And this is, I thought of it as a brick pattern. It's called the ball band pattern in Ravelry.
I can see that.
And I do like the all cotton washcloths that I make because my husband doesn't go near them.
Well, yeah.
So on the boat, you can look for these kinds of washcloths, and they're mine. So there's no fighting in the bathroom over whose washcloth is what. And they're really, this hasn't been washed, but it's soft.
No, it's soft. It's nice.
Yes. So I think I may end up starting to do maybe even towels on my loom. We'll have to. We're going to have to see how does one do a towel on the loom. Mm-hmm. And so all of those were classes. This is another class that I turned in. So this was something about some fire dragon, and it gets born in the water, but then becomes fiery. So I was just goofing around with the colors, but I like the colors. I might actually make it bigger.
I think you should.
And then this is also a washcloth.
Yeah.
Yes. So I do like that a lot. And I have a lot of this orange cotton, so that's a real possibility. I also have a lot of that blue left, so I could do stripes going around. So anyway, that's a possibility. I have been using this,
the bag.
the Knitterati bag.
The Lapghan.
The Lapghan bag. Because I can see, it's clear, and I can see, and I really like that a lot. Anyway, I have also worked on the Recoleta.
By Hohi?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes. And so
it's really pretty.
This comes up.
Yeah. That's lovely.
I think I figured out something like 10 to 14 more rows, and then I separate.
Rows or repeats?
Rows.
Okay. A row must be deeper than I'm thinking it is. Yeah, a little. Okay.
Well, also because I let it sit up there. Yes, it says I do coming down from the collar, which is here.
Okay.
All right, there.
Yeah.
I do one set 36 rows to get down to where you separate for the sleeves. And I'm somewhere around 20-ish. You know, I'm just marking them off.
Nice.
So yeah, it's coming along. I've got my shoulder here, so you can see that's doing well. Anyway, so I've been working on that this weekend. The problem is you're knitting and purling, and for me, this is very hard to see the pattern in.
Yes.
And it's changing every row. So I really like a lace pattern that it's knit across the front. And you do whatever you're doing in knit across the front. And then you just purl the back.
Yep.
This, the only thing I'm not doing on the return row is I'm not purling two together, nor am I doing a yarn over. But I am switching between knits and purls, and one row it will be purl 3, then knit 2, and then it'll move. And the rows where you're knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, purl 1, knit 2, and you're, whoa. So, I mean, it's a very nice pattern. I'm going to really enjoy it. This is the one that is a cardigan that I am going to put into a pullover by joining it just above the depth of the armhole. So I guess maybe halfway down my armhole. I was going to say,
so you should do it now, Mom. Because if once you split off for the armholes, that's your depth of armhole. I'm not wrong.
Now that I think about it.
Do you see why I'm a little intrigued by the fact that
Very
you say
intrigued.
you have
so
10
I
more
think
rows?
I'm going to wait until you do 10 more rows.
Yeah.
And then I could pull it together because I think I'd strangle myself.
A little.
The way it is now. But I'm following the pattern. And
but yeah, and also we know it'll block out.
It'll stretch like crazy because it's neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it is...
Excuse me, y'all.
I have the tag here. It is subtle worsted.
So it's BFL and silk.
Yes, so it's going to drape.
It'll drape lovely.
Like a son of a gun. So, but that's the thing that is draped all over my chair here.
But what else have you been working on?
Wait a minute. Let's see what else I have in here.
Oh, I was talking about what's on the table.
Yes, well.
Okay.
Calm down.
Oh, okay.
Calm down. I brought it all up in the bag here. So.
It is so pretty.
What I have done is I have done this square. And I have done this square. So these two squares.
Good.
Now, again, the Harry Potter Knitting Crocheting Club, I can use these squares as classes. So that's a really good way for me to get this thing done. And then I can use this bag for others, which is really nice. So, I did mention that I had been watching Inside Number 23, and she had been doing her counted cross stitch.
Much like I have been doing my counted cross
And
stitch.
I sent away for 3 different sets.
From the gold collection.
Yes, I had done the gold collection before, and you know, you were talking to me about gridding. I never did. I used to be able to see well enough. And I had an organized enough mind that I didn't have to do any of that stuff. I could just count out from the center and get it right. I can't do that anymore.
I can do that for these things, but I don't feel like it's... I feel like it's so much easier if you just grid.
I agree. I started the first one up, which I will show you, came last Monday. And I don't have my hoops. The hoops are arriving Wednesday. I've been checking every night. They're coming on Wednesday. And the spring-loaded clip hoops. Because right now, I probably have hoops around this house. Could I find them? Not on your tin type. So I have sent away for this. This is a smaller one. This is...
7 by 5.
Yes, 7 by 5 inches. So roughly the size of this.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked, again, like an Italian lake.
But of course, the very large one is the one that came in.
Yes.
So do you still have a third one coming in?
Yes.
Ah. Oh, so this is on 16 count.
You know, I may have 3 or 4. There was one...
so this is going to end up being a 15 by 12.
Right. There was one that I thought I ordered, and I may not have. So we'll have to check and see. That was of a little Parisian cafe. European cafe. The kind where... Remember when your father drove through the cafe?
Yes.
Well, this reminded me very much of that.
Yes, I do remember when my father drove through the cafe.
We were in
Why are people, like, eating on the street? Dad, this isn't a street.
This is a plaza.
This is a plaza. No, I'm supposed to be... I'm not looking anymore. I am hiding.
We're in Germany, and we took a turn that we were trying to find the hotel. And next thing I know, we're driving through the plaza, and people are at an outdoor cafe eating dinner, and we're driving by them. We finally got him back on a road. We didn't hurt anybody.
No. Thank God.
So anyway, your father has now seen this.
Yes.
And I think he likes it because he really likes the Italian lakes.
I think he's bored.
He is bored.
So he's like, oh, you have another hobby.
Yes.
Oh.
So I'll be thrilled once I get the loom out.
Right. So you've been working on it.
I have. It's, I should know better than to start these things before I get all of my stuff.
Yes. Well, so she started it, and then she showed it to me yesterday.
So I got the headache the first day, trying to put in
the pink and the green, pink and the gray,
pink and the black.
Oh.
These dots. Those dots were day one, and I had a splitting headache. I actually stayed up an extra hour so that the aspirin would work. And then I took a pencil because I knew that pencil would wash out.
Oh, you erased them.
No, I didn't. They just wore off.
Oh.
So I tried to go every 10th line of dots down, except my hand wiggled. So in some places it was 10, in other places it was 11. So Elizabeth said, why don't you grid it? Which is what I did.
Which is a technique I learned primarily through the Steotch Alone and through doing research when I was setting up for all those stitching cows or stitch-alongs of other sorts.
So it makes perfect sense.
Because you can pick it up, you can put it down, you don't have to keep counting. And I think that's, you were saying you had younger eyes, you had a more organized mind. I also find nowadays you're much more likely to pick things up and put them down.
That's probably true.
So this at least allows you that freedom a lot easier.
So all those pink dots are one stitch off. They're one block off, so they have to come out. I haven't checked the black yet.
But you grid it. You grid it yesterday and today, right?
Yes, and I have now put in the yellow today, and so that's in the right place. Then we left the pink in so I could show you. So this is how big it is, and I intend to finish it by Christmas.
Good.
So what I did is, you'll notice,
is this off? This stuff down here off too?
I don't know.
We haven't checked. Okay.
I zigzagged along the edge so it's not going to fray like crazy.
You can either do a zigzag or you can, you did a different one. You did an overlocking kind of thing.
Yes, because my zigzag started to go down the throat of the machine.
Ah, yes, I understand.
So it lost its
oomph.
It lost its mind right about there.
Yeah, I understand.
Because
I used pinking shears on this one.
Oh, you can see the bobbin. The top stitch was pulling, the top throw was pulling the bobbin right about there.
Yeah. No,
so then I switched
it happens.
to the, see, we were fine. No, we weren't fine. We were nowhere fine.
But you know what?
We were fine there, and then as we went along, I was going to say,
was this on my machine?
No.
Oh.
And then I went to overlock, and it was fine. That it was perfectly happy with. So I am very big on making sure the machine is happy, and if it goes along with what you want to do. So that was okay. It was what I wanted to do, and this is the orientation. You can't see a thing about what this would be.
No,
but
we will see the progress.
Every week we can see some progress, and plus by gridding it, I can then do one thread, which I'm going to finish this gold, but then I'm going to go back and I'll take out the pink, and then I will do that square. So I can do all the colors in that square.
So there's this technique called parking. So you do it, and then you bring it up, and you kind of park it up here.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do?
Well, actually, I'm going to pick the color like yellow and do all the yellow in that area.
Yes.
And then I'll go back to my original square. And with another color, maybe this pink, and get itself all squared away. And then come out from there.
I like that
and then
idea.
I will go back in. Then I won't have all of these threads out, but I'll be finishing
one square at a time.
One square.
I like that plan.
The center point in my scrim, if it was needle point of view scrim, is right there. So I wanted to do that. It's not really it's the lower quadrant of the center 4. So I wanted to finish that, and then I would move to another quadrant, another square in the quadrant, and do that one. And so you kind of get the picture growing out from there. So I think the gridding is going to help a tremendous amount.
Well, I'm glad I chat to you about it.
So I've got, this is only some of the threads. I do like the fact that they came already set out.
I have, actually, I wanted to show you because I got a few of these guys a little while ago. But I have ones that you can label yourself and then just use acetone and it'll come off.
Very nice.
It's
very nice.
Plastic.
So if I find that the French Cafe has not come because I didn't order it, it will be ordered the next time around. We have to wait. I know I've got Christmas ornaments coming.
We are very much on the train of cross stitching right now. Then
we are, because I find that if I concentrate on doing the knitting, then my thumbs end up hurting, and so I wanted something to be able to do while my thumbs were hurting.
Good.
And so that fits the bill. So I've gotten now I've got 2.5 washcloths. So maybe we'll add another 3 rows out here, and that'll be 3 rows all around, and that'll be nice for a washcloth. So I have done all the classes that I'm going to do. I did 5, and then I said I wrote into somebody at the breakfast club. They have a Saturday breakfast club, and I said, so if I finish this, I'll turn this in for my 6th class, because there's another one that's kind of water based.
Okay.
Just, well, I said, if not, I'll hold it for, the detention, the whip in progress for the next month. Just, you could turn it in for a class as a partial. I went,
yeah, you could.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. I could add a V8. So, yes, so that will end up being a partial for a class if I don't finish it. Meanwhile, there is another project, The Mission, that starts on May 23rd, which is more than a week from now.
Yes.
Yes. So I have all that yarn together in another see-through bag. I'm beginning to really love these see-through bags. I have a kind of largest see-through bag that I'm trying to keep all
your notions.
My notions in, and I think that's helping a lot. I actually need another big bag to hold all my notions, because I still have notions bags all over the place.
Yes, we all have things like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like I didn't do all that much this week, but I realized I have a full outfit.
Yeah. And
I made a sweater and a pair of pants this week.
I think if I get down to the end of the directions in there as to wherever they are, I may take a break at that point and then put the sleeves in the dress. The dress is supposed to have removable sleeves, and so I have the
snap
tape that can be applied, and then I can move your sewing machine box out of the way and put the patterns back in that particular space.
I just moved it.
That's all right. And then I can get hopefully this week, a goal would be to refile the patterns that are in the kind of other little bins. There's a stack of 6 bins, but now I've also found that I've got a see-through bag of patterns over here, and I got another see-through bags.
Do we have to go through them first to determine their?
No, but the ones in the see-through bags are relatively new.
Okay, I'm just saying. We do not need another 20, influx of 20 pussy bow patterns.
I really like them.
You don't need 20 of them.
I don't. I really don't.
Also, I don't need to find a sudden drop. I do not need to find a sudden increase in drop waist dresses, because we got rid of all of those.
I know, they don't look good on me.
Me neither.
I ordered a Christian Siriano dress from Nordstrom's, and it arrived this week. We took it out of hibernation, sequestering today. Isolation. It looks wretched. Absolutely wretched. It's
cute. It's just not.
It's big on the top and small on the bottom, and I'm the opposite. So it's going to be returned. I kept the box. The return instructions are in there, so I will do whatever they say to do and send it back. Someone will love it. It just wasn't made for me. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a little bit more fit and flare than it actually was. I have white polyester, it looks like silk actually, that I'd like to make into a white shirt. A nice big balloony sleeve white shirt type of thing. It'd be great for the summer, great on the boat, because you can just dip it in the sink, wash it, and hang it out on the line. and it would dry. So I'd like to do that, but you know, got all this knitting to do.
I know.
So got to fit it in.
Really
yes,
and truly.
I know. I can't think of anything else.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, because we need to hem these pants at some point, but I'm trying to decide if I want to do both of them, and then we hem both of them at the same time.
We hem that one and see how it hangs once it's hemmed.
Okay. But I think that's a next weekend kind of task.
If you're going home tonight.
I am,
That
yes.
certainly is. Oh, yes. By the way, we wish everybody Happy
Mother's Day.
Yes. I actually got Mother's Day cards today, and then for my husband, I got happy birthday cards today.
Yeah, because they didn't get here in time.
Well, he was sick last week.
He could have texted me. He could have texted me.
He could have. He could have wished me a happy birthday.
He could have sent you an e-card.
He could have done that. I even found an app that will send you text cards.
I know, you're very proud of that one.
I am, because I send those to my nephew and to
my boyfriend.
Yes. And, you know, because usually we're out on a boat someplace when their birthdays arrive. In January,
yeah, early January. I'm like, he's only 2 weeks older than I am. Where are you? And I'm like, right.
Antigua.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We usually leave by the 3rd.
And you're usually back by my birthday, so I'm always just like, what? I don't understand this concern.
Yes, and then is during the summer.
Yep.
So, again, it's a boaty type of thing. We don't know if we're going to be able to get out on the boat this summer. They have opened the marinas, so the boatyard is working. So Richard is doing things that can be done in the boatyard. But at the moment, we cannot go through the clubhouse to get to the dock, to get to a boat, which means you could do day sailing, but you really cannot load up the boat.
You have to go down
4 steps, concrete steps. And then up a flight of wooden steps.
Have they put a railing on those concrete steps?
I don't know.
4 concrete steps that might not have a railing yet. I know it did not.
Right.
Last time I saw it.
I don't know.
And then up a flight of wooden steps, and then you have to go down the
ramp.
The ramp.
So to load food,
you're not loading it.
If you're going away for a week or 2 weeks, I mean, I'm often taking 3, if not 4. Of these carts, probably more than that, maybe 5 carts down to the boat to load things.
We're not
going to be able to do that because I can't bring it up and down the steps to get it to the. It's not going to work.
I'd be doing all the hauling, and
so we're going to have to wait and see if they're going to allow us to open the clubhouse so that we can come from the car through the clubhouse, grab one of the carts, and start offloading the stuff from the car into the carts. It is only a carload full, regardless of how many carts it takes. But I know I can't carry the motor that far because we can't come through from our parking lot. We have to park in our parking lot and then come out and around and down the steps and the back up the steps. And I can't carry the engine that far. So we'll see. You know, if we don't get in the water, we don't get in the water. Or if we get in the water, but we can only go day sailing. Or even, we could do weekends like we did over to Cold Spring. That's still a lot of groceries to take. True. I mean, and I can carry my, we can do the kayak once, carry it once and get it out there. But we'll have to see because everything that takes out has to come back. And as of right now, it would only be, the only people who would be able to move the boat would be the 3 of us. Right. I'm not worried about that. I'm not either, but I could get the boat back by myself. I know you can. You've done it before. I've done that before. But it's Dad's comfort level. He prefers to have more than just the 3 of us on the boat when we move it, even though we've done it before. We'll just have to see how it goes. We have to wait and see how it goes. And see what's available to us because we're in the high COVID infection zone. We are right outside of New York City in Nassau County. And our little town, East Meadow, has over 800 infected people, that have been through confirmed cases. So it's it may be more, and we may have more infections where we are than where you are, and I understand that. So, you know, it's complicated. It's very complicated. I am glad that my mom sold her beach house 2 years ago because I don't think she could have dealt with all of this. So luckily my mom is staying inside her apartment. My brother is being a soldier, such a good soldier, and is doing all her shopping.
And my cousin is bringing, I think she's trying to do 1 meal a week, which my grandmother probably makes last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So she does not eat as much as she should.
In the apartment.
Yes.
So we're doing our best. I hope you all stay well and healthy, and you know, we all keep doing our best. Thank goodness we have various hobbies to keep us busy. I have to say that I am not bored. I still have one student outstanding.
Mm-hmm. That you told us about last week?
Yes. But other than that, I am
busy all
day long.
You all prepared me very well for these types of situations.
Well, and you know,
because I am an only child, and I have many a thing I can do to entertain myself. I do not need other people to entertain me. In my apartment, I counted. I have quilting, sewing, cross stitch, needlepoint. They count as separate things.
Yes, I have 2 needlepoints on the go.
I don't have them even on the go. I have like 4 that haven't even been started yet.
I have one I started for you 3 years ago as a Christmas present. Maybe I'll get that one done.
I don't even know which one that is. I bet I knew about it 3 years ago. I don't think I know about this.
You did.
Okay.
Well, you can think about it now.
I'm very intrigued. I have beading. I have jewelry making. I have knitting.
I'm not as interested in the beading anymore.
No, I'm not either. But I have the access to it. I have weaving. Like
it's going to be much bigger.
Plus reading, video games, and just regular TV. I've got like 10 or 11 things that I could do on a daily basis.
Yep.
And people are like, "Are you bored?" No, some days I get filled of like indecision between what I want to do, but no.
Well, I find that my new focus on getting getting things done helps a lot in terms of that indecision. It's like, what have you started? Finish it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be looking at it a year from now as something that has to have something done to it. So even that sweater over there, the art yarn sweater, I could wear it as it is.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to have anything else done to it.
Yep.
It could be just fine as it is. Or I could, do a little bit to it, but I'm not going to worry about that.
No, I'm pretty pleased just getting the cross stitch done. I now have the pants done, which is huge. Because we figured out that they fit. And that was huge.
They do look really nice.
They do. I'm really pleased with them. My exercise top got done finally. I figured out I bought the fabric for that like 4 years ago as well. It's crazy. Just thinking about all of it.
And you've been able to reach out to your friends, and you said you had a meetup on Saturday?
No.
Friday?
Yeah, with the girls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been fun. And I got this done. I think...
it all works out because we're feeling good.
Now, yeah.
And you got your unemployment finally taken care of.
Taken care of. If anyone is in New York State and is having troubles and they had applied through the unemployment.labor.newyork.gov and had the green check mark of submission complete, if you do not have a confirmation number, please go through the labor.newyork.gov applications system and reapply through there, because you might have been included in this glitch that I found out about because I Googled New York State or NYS unemployment, and a state senator from Brooklyn posted about it. So that was what I did Wednesday.
A job number
that you need a confirmation number.
Okay.
So to go through the system and do this, and if you get kicked out, to keep trying.
How long did it take you?
So I finally did it at 4:15. I did it almost every hour on the hour, at least 3 tries before I said, you suck, and ignored it for, an hour and a half or whatever, or an hour, before I tried again and did it 2 or 3 more times. So I did it, and I had also been doing it the day before, because I was like, this is a little weird that it's not showing up, that I've, submitted something. So I probably did it 20 to 40 times. So just
be tenacious.
If anyone,
you all can, because I know you finish projects.
But this is just if anyone needed that information. I hope no one did. I hope everyone is doing well. But I have 15 minutes until I can no longer call my grandmother on Mother's Day. So okay. We're going to go so I can call her, and we'll talk to you all next week.
All right.
Bye, y'all.